Ah! Hey guys, how's it going? Too Lazy for Life here, back at you again with another episode of Fate Zero. So, we're up to episode 9 now. To continue on from where I left off about Kiritsugu and his origin, the origin bullet, I wanted to just shift that part of the review of last episode to the beginning of this episode, you know, just to have something new to talk about, to start things off, to introduce this video, as opposed to, you know, just keep on reiterating the same stuff that I already talked about at the end of the previous video, at the start of this video. You know, it's just kind of making things a bit too repetitive, and I just want to, you know, mix it up a little. So in terms of Kiritsugu and his magical bullet that he uses in that you know, one-shot revolver, that handgun of his, we got to know a little bit about how those bullets were made. It turns out that they were made from powdering 2 of his ribs. Damn! Those bullets, oh man. Like, when I saw that bullet penetrate Kenneth the first time, okay, through his magical mercury, you know, sphere, that mercury barrier, I knew that there was something up with that handgun. I knew there was something up with that bullet that was fired, because, you know, his SMG didn't do anything. Like, literally, the SMG had no effect. But then you had this, like, this special handgun with this one big-ass bullet put inside it. I thought maybe it was just a high-caliber round. But, you know, chances are it's not as simple as that. It had to have been, you know, a very special kind of ammunition. There had to have been some kind of magical bullet. And yeah, it was. It was a magical bullet. But I didn't expect, you know, the bullet to have Kiritsugu's ribs powdered into it. We got to see, got to see a sort of a flashback, I guess, of when those bullets were made, and Kiritsugu was just lying there, sort of like, must have just been finished with the surgery, because he was lying there like absolutely, it looked like he was in pain. His eyes were twitching. He couldn't move, and we got to see like a glimpse of some woman there. We don't know who that is, but she must have been the one to have carried out the operation, carried out the procedure, and I guess the manufacturing of those bullets. That bullet seems to have some kind of effect where it absolutely just short circuits an enemy magic users. But they call it magic circuits. I'm guessing that's just some kind of, that's their I'm guessing that's just this show's terminology for, you know, the magical wiring. Wiring, I guess that's another word for it. It's the magical wiring that exists in a mage, in a spellcaster. I'm guessing those bullets completely blow those out, short circuit those out, because that's what I got from that explanation. And yeah, it seems like Kenneth, his magic circuits are fried. He got absolutely wrecked in the second confrontation in another part of the castle, in that dark hallway. And man, he was bleeding out. He was puking out blood, and then he just flopped to the floor, completely lifeless. I don't know what this whole origin thing is. From what I interpreted it as, I guess the origin is sort of like your spiritual alignment. It's sort of like the core aspect, you know, the fundamental nature of you as a human being, right? So, you know, like how every person, they have their something that we talk about a lot when it comes to people is your true nature. That is who you are, sort of thing. I'm guessing the origin, the core of Kiritsugu, that is his spiritual alignment. Kiritsugu's core, his origin, is something that of cutting something and then putting it back together. As the woman said, irreversible change. It's something to do with, you can only go forward and you can't go backwards. So everything Kiritsugu does is a one-way trip. There is no turning back. That is basically Kiritsugu's nature. Alright, so we're going to move on now to episode 9. Without further ado, guys, let's go. Oh, we're getting Lance's backstory. Kenneth was dreaming that? Man, that guy be tripping after he took in that magical bullet to the shoulder. That was the legend German. You never be able to use magic again. No, I don't trust this bitch. You. Oh, what are you doing? Just gonna. Oh, what are you doing? Gonna break all his fingers and give me those command spells. I'm gonna cut off your right arm. She's his wife. Man, that bitch can't be trusted for shit. That's the first thing you say? Not, is she alright? How's she doing? When can we use her again? When is she off cooldown? Fuck me, Kiritsugu. Saving a few children isn't our goal. Yeah, breaking his fingers counts as his treatment. I knew it. This fucking thought. This fucking thought. You can trust her as far as you can throw her. Oh man, poor Lancer. Been having it rough. Oh, they found Caster's hideout. So they were hiding in some giant underground pipe. Just charging in through the front door. It's better if you don't. Oh my god! What could this be? Is it like a mountain? This is too much for you to handle. You're gonna regret this waiver. Like a mountain of dead children. Oh my god! How? Oh shit! Oh, and you're just gonna burn it all. Oh, Rin's Adventure. Okay, that's an interesting. That's an interesting title. Oh, oh, mate, man, that episode was a that episode was a lot to take in. As in, it wasn't a lot of information to take in. It was just, it was heavy, man. It was deep. We had Lance's backstory. We had his history, seen through Kenneth in a dream. Seems like the legend of a Diamond. His untimely death, it seems, was something to do with he was serving a lord, a king in his era, and that king, his daughter, had what seemed to be an arranged marriage with this other guy, and clearly this other guy, from the way he looked at the king's daughter, he seemed like he was up to something. You know, he didn't look like a good guy. He looked like, you know, power-hungry tyrant. You know, he was basically looking at the king's daughter like a piece of meat, and that daughter didn't like that guy as well. Like she clearly looked depressed, being I guess forced into that marriage, and she fell in love with Lancer, and they had a whole affair, and that was a whole big scandal, which led to basically the lord that he was serving feeling like, you know, he betrayed him. Lancer betrayed him. And in the end, he got cut down. It seems like Lancer had a very sad ending to his life. You can see from the dialogue, Lancer in this Holy Grail War, when he's summoned into this era to serve Kenneth, he basically wanted to redeem himself in this life. He wanted to just show that he could serve one lord. He could just, you know, bring his master glory, and just, you know, faithfully be under that lord's command without, you know, without botching things up, without things going south, without, you know, any hiccups. He just wanted to serve one lord faithfully and honorably with no fucking drama. Looks like history's about to repeat itself, because it seems like Kenneth's fucking wife is gonna cheat on Kenneth over Lancer, because you can see, you saw from the look in her eyes that she seems to have the hots for Lancer. Yeah, she forced Kenneth into giving her his command spells by slowly breaking his fingers while Kenneth was incapacitated on that hospital bed. Oh man, that was cringe. That was just so ugh, and my skin was crawling while she was bending that little finger, that pinky finger, back until it snapped. Ugh. She wanted to now fight for Kenneth, on behalf of Kenneth, with Lancer to finish off this Grail War. But obviously we all know she's got some ulterior motive behind her, but she's just gonna say for now, she swears that she's gonna be finishing this Grail War and getting the Holy Grail for Kenneth to basically revive him, to, you know, to restore Kenneth's body to its once former state before he got hit with that origin bullet. Lancer knows that Sola, Kenneth's wife, I think Lancer knows what's up, and I think he knows that he's about to literally just go through the same shit. Lancer's like, Lancer the moment Lancer, the moment he saw the look in Sola's eyes as she was just like, you know, just googly-eyed, just glaring at him, Lancer must have been thinking, ah shit, here we go again. Oh my god, I have to live through this sort of crap twice. Oh man, poor Lancer. He just wants to redeem himself and serve, you know, one lord faithfully to the end, and I think he's about to just fucking get shafted again. That was Lancer's part in this episode. Just, oh man, the guys had it rough. The guys had it rough. Yeah, the part with Saber, Kiritsugu, Irisfield, Maya, you can see Kiritsugu is just so emotionless. He's just such a cold-hearted, practical assassin. He just has no feelings for anything other than just to get his job done, to the point where you could see he didn't even care about Maya's condition for the sake of her well-being. He only cared about Maya's condition as to whether she's, you know, operational again, that she can go out on missions. Pretty cruel, I would say. Pretty cruel to be considering your right-hand partner like that, just not a care in the world. But I guess, you know, you can see from the dialogue, Kiritsugu, his objective is to win this Holy Grail war and to save the world. It's basically sacrifice the few to save the many. I think that's Kiritsugu's mentality. That's his mindset right now with the way he's approaching everything to do with this Holy Grail war. So yeah, he truly is following through with that plan. You can see that Saber's not happy about that at all. Saber wants to just protect everybody. Saber wants to, you know, ensure that nobody, literally nobody, gets hurt if she can help it, and that's conflicting with the way Kiritsugu is doing things. And then finally, we have Ryder and Waver. Waver used his big brain, 200 IQ chemistry skills, and managed to find Caster's lair. Oh man. That was something. They didn't show you the full extent of what was in that pipe, because that pipe runs deep, and that chamber that they were in, it must be massive. It honestly must be the size of a football field, if not bigger. So the amount of dead children that must have been lying there, piled there all over the floor, must have been way more than what was shown on screen. Must have been absolutely horrific. And for Waver, such a young boy, to have just seen something like that, must have been so traumatizing. I mean, even Ryder was like, you really shouldn't look at this. Okay, someone as battle hardened and as, you know, and as desensitized as Ryder to just the horrors of war. Even Ryder was like, hey, you shouldn't look at this. This is some pretty fucked up shit right here. At least he managed to cremate all of those poor children and I guess give them some kind of laid to rest, and I guess. So yeah, that's it. That's all of my thoughts for this episode. Episode 9 of Fate Zero, guys. It was a heavy episode. Lots of stuff happened this episode to have taken in. Not so much action, but just a lot of backstory, a lot of philosophy, a lot of ideologies, and a lot of hard to see cruel stuff thrown in at the end there. That's it from me for this episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed my reaction to episode 9 of Fate Zero. If you liked what you've seen and you haven't done so already, and you want to be kept up to date with all of my activities here on YouTube, then hit that subscribe button down below, hit on the notification bell icon so that you always be kept up to date with all of my latest posts and uploads here on YouTube. Do the same thing for my other 2 YouTube channel, guys. The links are given in the video description down below. Join all of my social media platforms. Consider subscribing to my Patreon if you want to unlock all of my full uncut reactions to all of the anime that I'm currently reacting to and will be reacting to in the future. And you'll also be supporting me and my work, allowing me to pursue my dream of becoming a full-time content creator and just, you know, making content for all of you guys all week long. All right, so thank you all so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time for episode 10 of Fate Zero. Catch you later.